this is what we're here to talk about, guys. This is going to be a little bit more of a laid back stream because one, my voice is still trying to get through some things here. But as I said off the top, it's frustrating getting through some of that, right? And, it is weird. No more crackling. I'm using Bluetooth audio, not a headset, and not an actual Shure microphone. So that's crazy. But it's not in my way now. It feels a little interesting. It feels a little weird. But yeah, let's go ahead. Let's talk a little bit about what we've seen, right? The Chiefs and the offense not really getting on the same page. Every week we talk about the same stuff. Andy Reid has been having some having to always say the same things, right? He's talking about how, well, we have to clean things up a little bit. We had to do this, got to do that. But no one wants to hear that. But we want to watch it, right? We want to see why he keeps saying that. So let's go ahead. Let's do it. This is RGR Football. You guys, the regulars, y'all know me. And if you guys are new to the channel, outside of the errors that we had to begin the stream, we are going to dive into the tape, and you guys can pretty much be a part here of Rogue Nation as we get into the film room. This is what I usually do every single Wednesday. It's not live, but like I said, we're doing things a little bit differently today because things don't always work out the way you want to. So let's go ahead, jump in. First thing we're going to look at here. Now, I know that there's going to be so many issues about talking the tackles. Today, we're not going to focus on the negativity of the tackles. We'll talk a little bit about DJ Humpheries because Patrick Mahomes had some quotes today talking a little bit about, some of the things that he likes about DJ Humpheries, what he's already doing with the young tackles in the room. But this is one of those plays, right? The ball is completed, right? It comes out. But why is this a 2-yard gain to Travis Kelce when honestly, this should have been a much bigger play? So I'm sure most of you have seen this play already on Twitter, whatnot, whatever social media platform you follow. But if you can see, this is a 2-by-2, or excuse me, it's essentially a 1-by-1 formation here. 2 receivers, 2 tight ends, Noah Gray's in the backfield, Travis Kelce's here. So you've got Xavier Worthy at the bottom of your screen. And I want to focus on Xavier Worthy. So outside leverage defender is here. And Xavier Worthy's running an out route. So if you watch Worthy, he's going to do a really nice job here of running his route through properly outside stem, right? So what that means is from the start, he stems it, runs it a little bit towards the outside, and then he's going to go vertical just a little bit at the top here, make that DB believe he's going up the field, and then he's going to clear right out, okay? Going to clear right out, and look how much separation he creates right there. Sink the hips, drive out of your break, and create that separation. Boom, wide open. But what's happening in the back? Why can't this ball get to Patrick Mahomes? Oh, I see. We got a player right in Patrick's face. So we can't do that. So we have to check this down to Travis Kelce, who maybe a year or two ago makes this guy miss in space and goes out there and gets more yards. Yeah, he's not doing that right now. So just watching Xavier Worthy here with DeAndre Hopkins on the backside, he's doubled as well. That's another thing I want to focus on. 2 players are kind of shadowing what he's doing, right? That's what you want to see from this offense. You want them to be able to bring multiple different receivers on the field and get like a double coverage aspect, whether it's Travis Kelce or it's Xavier Worthy or DeAndre Hopkins. And also Noah Gray out here in the slot by himself. So why is Patrick Mahomes having to force this down? We know why. We know that this pressure comes off of the left-hand side. One of the more frustrating parts about this is that this is an inside leverage defender, and against Wanya Morris, he's going to get around him right here. So, yes, it's not fun to talk about the tackles, right? Because it's the problem every single week. This is a fine position, but look at his feet. He gets outstretched. His feet aren't moving. Get out here. Get those feet back here. No, they're going to stay underneath him. Whatever. Focus on the good. There's a lot of good things that are still happening to this offense. That should have been a big play, right? Should have been a big play, but it wasn't. Just little problem, little tiny details, right? Pono, they're not giving Driscoll a shot because they believe he's worse off than both Kingsley and Wanya Morris. Oh, but welcome in, everybody. I know we had some problems to start the stream. I know we did, but we're gonna get through this. Here's another play. I want you to focus on this player right here, none other than Noah Gray. And you're gonna see once again the Chiefs get exactly what they're looking for. Exactly what they're looking for. and it's overthrown. Well, why is it overthrown? Well, that's what I'm here for, you guys. I'm going to tell you. The Las Vegas Raiders are going to be bringing a late pressure package, okay? Both of these linebackers are going to come late, and they're going to get pressure off of this edge right here. But what it brings back is the single high safety and then man coverage underneath. So here we got man coverage here. You've got man coverage here. You've got man coverage here. And you also have Isaiah Pacheco, who's going to release, but he's going to help out first. No problem. All right. Chiefs are running a little bit of a scissor concept. DeAndre Hopkins coming to this side of the field. Noah Gray coming to this side. They're going to cross over, and then they're going to get the wide open Noah Gray on the left side of the field. Typically, what Patrick Mahomes wants to do is get to the back of his drop. Right now, set his feet, step up, and then into the throw. When you can step up and then into the throw, you're going to make a more accurate ball where you're not seeing a bunch of players, or excuse me, a bunch of throws go over people's heads, out of bounds, things like that. Right here, he has to, instead of getting to his drop step and then setting his feet, he has to rush forward into a pocket. It's a pocket, yes. But now he has to throw the football before he's ready because of those pressure defenders. And now he's leading Noah Gray upfield, and there's nowhere for him to go. So all of that because of one little pressure, right? Frustrating, but it's there. Also, Anthony Firkser waving in the flat. What's going on, everybody? He's by himself. There's not a soul there. Happens. But we want to focus on the good things here because Cole Hardman's holding two players, two defenders, and you got three guys wide open. Wide open. So that's what we're going to focus on. Yes, I'm drinking some tea, some honey, because my voice still is not all the way back. But like I said, there's negatives, tackle play, execution issues. All those things are continuing to happen. But I want you to think back to 2023 while we're watching this, right? While we're watching guys get wide open. How often can you say that it was just pure execution issues last year? How much could you say these guys were getting open, but they couldn't get the football to them? That wasn't really something we talked about last year. It was more of they're running plays, guys aren't getting open, and defenses are squeezing the areas of the field where the offense is trying to go. Every week, every single week, we have constant things where we're watching the offense get guys open. Another one to my guy, Xavier Worthy, who is growing, who is growing. Yes, I'm telling you right now, guys, watch this route by Xavier Worthy. It is beautiful. This is exactly the kind of route that he ran at Texas. It's nuanced, it's detailed, and he's able to win inside out. Okay, what that means is he's going to release to the inside, release inside, and then get upfield. And what that does is it puts that DB again thinking, I have to go fast. I have to keep up with this fast guy. So if you're not getting hands on him as the DB, he's going to go by you and accelerate. So here he goes, upfield right there. As soon as that DB right here gets close to him, this is where the work comes in. This is some legitimately great route running from Xavier Worthy, who's going to take his outside hand, slap the back of that DB, get inside, and create immediate separation. Now this one is on Patrick because I know the problem. I understand the issue that we're seeing here because Patrick, initially, we've got eyes middle of the field, excuse me, eyes Travis Kelce, and then he's going to snap throw this ball to Xavier Worthy. So that's 1, 2, ball comes out, right? That's usually what we're seeing. This could Xavier Worthy right here, maybe, I don't know, drifted a little bit further towards this area. Yeah, he absolutely could have. He could have, okay? I understand that maybe that's where Patrick wanted him to be. And I've given receivers a lot of trouble over the years being where you're supposed to be. If you're going to create this much separation, I'm going to be far less worried about where you are because you're going to get the first down anyway. But this needs to be on the money to Xavier Worthy and stride so we can get the ball and then get upfield. Instead, this sails over his head because he flattens it out a little bit to create more separation. Okay. There's a difference between flattening out your route to, I guess, try to create separation that isn't there to create the illusion of separation to your quarterback. There's also this where you're creating so much separation because of this route that this ball needs to be thrown to the receiver in, because right again, if you throw this here and Xavier Worthy catches that, where's he going? Right upfield for a first down. Patrick sails it over him. So I like, you know, I like being able to see what is going right and what's going wrong because it's twofold for the most part. I think Patrick is being sped up. Not all his fault, right? He's playing with an offensive line, specifically the tackle situation, that has not been great this season, specifically the last month. And more guys are getting home. But this is a good pocket. I know that Wanya Morris falls down. He falls down right there. But this is a good pocket. All that being said, this ball needs to be on the money to Xavier Worthy, and instead it's over his head. It's a problem. It is. It is what it is. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep an eye on these guys for you. I'm not gonna put all of them up on the screen. It's wrong. It's wrong. Herb Street does not really know what he's talking about in this sense. He's great for college football, doesn't watch much NFL. Like he just doesn't. And I think in terms of maybe Xavier could have been a little bit further up the field. Yes, he could have been. There was separation there. Well, this is sometimes the quarterback needs to see it and throw it, not always throw it to that spot, especially if a guy's open. Like I understand it. It's a tough, especially when he's snap throwing, it's tough to see. So all that being said, it's a little bit of give and take at times. And I think Patrick needs to give a little bit more than he takes all the time. So I appreciate you, Andrew. I did always crushes these breakdowns. People think it's black and white. Either we're playing well or playing bad, but this proves how one position is truly holding everyone else back. To a degree, yes. Appreciate that, Andrew, very much. But as an overarching concept, execution falls on not just one person. Yes, one person can derail a drive, one play, but specifically, it's the doubling down. There were multiple times in this game where you had penalties on top of bad plays. You can't have that stuff. So yes, that's true, Andrew. But I think all of it comes to a head at some point where you just got to play better. And this is one of those. Another one. Patrick needs to hit this one. We got Juju Smith-Schuster here running a deep over route. And then right, you have Travis Kelce. Excuse me. Right here, who's just kind of running up underneath. If I'm not mistaken, it comes towards the middle. Maybe he stops right there. My notes are a little blurry on it, but you're going to see Juju Smith-Schuster come right over here. Oh, so that's what it is. Travis gives a little bit of help right there, and then he goes to the middle of the field, which is what he usually does. And right here, Patrick's good doing it right there. Pocket. All right, we got a pocket. Travis' head turns around, running back to the flat, and then you've got Justin wants to take the top off, right? Perfect. Okay. Where's the ball? Why is this not being layered right here, right now? Well, first of all, he's looking here. Fine. His eyes are going to come here to Travis Kelce first or next. But what does that mean? That is streaking open. Juju Smith-Schuster is going to come into his wheelhouse right here. So this should be open. It should be thrown. It's not. And I'm not sure if he even wanted to throw this ball because you can see it right here on the end zone view where he kind of like half-heartedly falls through. It just doesn't look right. If you guys listen to the New Heights podcast today, and Travis is talking about how right now he's not on the same page with Patrick. He's not getting in the end zone. It's frustrating. It's frustrating for everybody. They're all having a tough time right now. So yeah, it's not easy to consistently play like this. I think 2 years in a row, where last year it was more out of necessity where they had to play differently. We're seeing on tape the big plays are there to be made. They're just not making them. And that has to be the most frustrating part. Last year, it's one thing. The team was just not as talented offensively, and they couldn't do what they wanted to, so they had to simplify everything after that Raiders loss. Here, the team's more talented, even without Rasheed Rice and Hollywood Brown. They still have it. They added Xavier Worthy, DeAndre Hopkins, and they still have Travis Kelce. So they're frustrated because they have plays like what we're seeing where guys are open, they're there, and they're not really executing those plays. So this is what Patrick still gives you at that level. So sorry, guys, again. Oh, I got to drink some tea. And this is what happens when, even if you're beat, sometimes Patrick's going to give you something anyway. Oh, man. Good Lord. This is one of the more insane throws that Patrick's ever made. And I love it. I love him for it. Just get open. Just get open. Get across the face there, that DB. And Patrick's going to find you on the crosser right here. Again, you got a problem with your left tackle. Going to get crushed at the end here. Patrick's not even looking and just chucks this across his body. Oh, so while we can still, through one part of our mouth, talk about how Patrick is like missing some of these open things, he does unworldly things. I want you to look right here. Just look where his body positioning is. So this is what he's looking this way, right? The ball is about to go over here, and his body composition is all messed up. Look at this. This is ridiculous. Oh, so all of that comes to a head with the offense, right? Plays are there to be made. I think that now that it's December, the calendar has turned to December. Cold weather's coming in. I think that things are going to start getting better. There's word that DJ Humpheries is going to play this weekend. We'll find out how that plays. I do think that if he gets more comfortable with the offensive line, that they're going to be okay. Running the ball is going to help as well. I think Humpheries is going to give them more in that regard as well. And I don't think it's just as simple as that, Samuel, the waking up and run the table or not. I think it's a lot more than just waking up. Getting healthy right now at this point in time is huge. They got Pacheco back. There's word that, again, that DJ Humphries might be starting this weekend. There's word that Hollywood Brown could be coming back soon. And we saw this. Charles Omenihu came back into the fold last week. Did he put anything on the stat sheet? No, not really. But you want to know who's really happy he's back? Chris Jones. Chris Jones is really happy to have someone that can help on the inside. He doesn't do everything on this play. But I'm going to tell you guys something that I tweeted out earlier this week. Coming into this game against the Raiders, the Chiefs had 6 total sacks when they rushed 4. In this game, they had 3. They played the Raiders already once. They only got 1 in that game. So one of the 6 did come in that game, but they got 3 in this game. So why is that important? In the red zone, you need to be able to rush 4. If you're blitzing in the red zone, there's a lot more lanes to throw the football, right? So you've got Aiden O'Connell. Where does he think he's going to go with the football? Nowhere. If he's looking here, going to look here. There's nowhere for him to go with the ball. And now Chris Jones is going to get to him. Okay. He's going to get to him. But Charles Omenihu actually brings him out of the pocket, right? Because he's going to work across the face of his guard right here. What he does, he's going to come down and come back around. Right there, kind of push into the backfield. So you have a little bit of pocket collapse from Chris Jones, the defensive ends, and then you have more from Charles Omenihu there. So that's going to allow the versatility with which he can rush as well. Again, this time he's inside. He does a lot of different things for this defense. So what he's going to offer when he gets even healthier, and even in his press conference today, he said that he does not feel any adverse effects from this game. So that's huge for what the Chiefs can do defensively, right? Being able to have him on not just the roster, but playing effectively, 34 snaps against the Raiders, that's huge. Oh, appreciate y'all being here. We're getting more people coming throughout. And I do apologize about, again, we're working with a rough voice right now. doing it whatever we can, drinking some tea, having a little bit of fun, talking ball. You guys know the drill. Charles Omenihu now, this is a fourth down play. One thing that he provides that doesn't show up on the stat sheet either is just veteran stabby. So typically in these fourth down situations, you're going to run the ball, and offensive linemen want to get off the ball and they want to hit you. Okay? Well, he knows that. He understands that. So he's just going to dip around him. Just going to dip around. Okay. You want to go upfield? Go upfield, big man. I got you. I got you. And then you have a big open gap because of that. Nick Bolton comes down. Charles Omenihu helps, and he falls around. So savvy. He's already very good. Impactful. The strength is still there. Look at this. He kind of hooks him a little bit. And look at the gap. Again, allows Nick Bolton to come down. Opened up because of what he did to the tackle right here. So just a good play overall, and allows the Chiefs there to get a fourth down stop and get the ball back on offense. Excuse me. So, and you're right, Michael. The whole defense should benefit from having a Omenihu back. Agreed. That shouldn't be an issue at all. All right. This is the last player we're going to talk about. Charles Omenihu now rushing from the outside. This is something that the Chiefs don't do a ton of, from my knowledge, in these one-on-one situations. Loop, stunt, twist, all that fun stuff. Now you're going to have a little bit of a twist. And if this ball does not come out, Charles Omenihu's getting a sack. Up and then loop around. Would have been a sack. So yeah, there's some things to be excited about. Is there obviously some things that we would love to see cleaned up? Yes. Would love to see left tackle play be better. Would love to see the defense not give up, two big touchdown plays to Aiden O'Connell led offense. Not what I would like to see. Not a huge fan of seeing Trent McDuffie matched up on Brock Bowers in this game. Wasn't a huge fan of that. Shout out Drew Tranquil. Maybe his best game of the season. He was alert in coverage. He was on top of it. A couple of different pass breakups. This is one of them where he's just on the money right there. Boom. Ball comes out. He's right in position. I think that he's got a little bit of injection again. December's coming for these guys too. They know when to turn it on. And I'm hopeful that they can still do that. It's a lot of football they've been playing. But again, like you said, here's Charles Omenihu in the fold in the back. So all of this comes down to just timing, them trying to play a little bit better. But if you guys watch the offense back. We see the plays are there. Xavier Worthy's doing work. Noah Gray is getting open, and we know that there is a legitimate connection forming with Patrick Mahomes and DeAndre Hopkins. It's finally happening. They are throwing the ball to him in one-on-one situations, and they got 2 penalties and a big play out of it against the Raiders. It's going to keep happening. I'm excited to watch that. So it's frustrating. It's not fun to watch them eke out these victories. They don't like doing it. This last month has been tough on everybody to watch, offensively, defensively at times. They're getting healthier at the right time. It looks like right now DJ Humpheries is going to be in the mix at least a little bit, maybe going forward, maybe not this week, but next week. So the 12 personnel is really working for the Chiefs. They're able to throw, they're able to run. Having Isaiah Pacheco back is going to be hugely important for the success of the offense in the postseason. So again, I appreciate y'all being here with me on this live one. Oh, and listening to dealing with the technical difficulties. I appreciate that as well. I'm gonna have to find a way to edit that post stream, but I again appreciate you guys being here. You all know tomorrow Gary will have his video before Thursday, and then Friday. Hopefully, this is not what is going on Friday, and I can talk a little bit more normally. And Ryan and I will be back Friday with the game plan for Chiefs versus Chargers. That's a big one. Hopefully, that they come prepared for that game because it is going to be a very big divisional game with the Chargers playing good football. Probably should have lost last week to the Falcons. They ended up winning. So big game on Sunday. Please, if you guys are new, hit the sub to the channel right now. And like Andrew says right here, it really helps. Just take 2 seconds to hit the like on the way out, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a great night.